Hey, I'm Matt Hill. I'm here in Freeport, Texas, a little bit south of Houston. Thanks to my really good friend Efrain Garcia, Allstream Partners now, right, buddy? He's back here producing for me, but he turned me on to an organization I didn't know about y'all, and now I'm fascinated. Introduce yourself real quick.
Thanks. My name is Jennings, and I'm the president of ABC Texas Gulf Coast and MSTI down here in Texas.
Yeah, so I'm Aaron Ennis with Brazosport Safety Council, and I'm the president and CEO there.
All right, I came to this meeting because he told me you guys have worked really hard in your communities to recruit the next generation into energy and other opportunities that otherwise they would not have to stay local, find great paying technical jobs that we all are talking about all the time in our industry, which is the less maybe sledgehammers people are wielding nowadays. It's a lot more technical.
Right.
So who are you recruiting? How'd this all get started? I mean, you guys went through 30 minutes in there for that great meeting, but pile it all down so that I can get people in Oklahoma to do this.
Sure. So just a little bit of backstory of how this all started is Aaron and I got together, and it was really just with the goal of an aspiration of recruiting kids to come into the workforce. Because as we know, we have a generation of workforce that's exiting at a large scale. And so it's that idea of what are we going to do to recruit, and then on top of that, retain new workforce into our industry. And so what we did is we got to talking about it. I was actually working at our local school district, and Aaron was working for a local contractor company. And we said, schools and different organizations, they do a great job with recognizing these kids that are going in as D1 athletes into a college and university, and that's great. We should be recognizing them, that's an amazing opportunity. But what about these kids who are transitioning right out of high school with great certifications, great skills, and going straight into the workforce with full-time jobs? That's an amazing thing. So what we wanted to do was create something to showcase and recognize those kids, and that's where signing day really started. And it started with a small idea, and that's what we always tell people is start small and work your way from there. So it started with two different school districts, Brazosport ISD and Danbury ISD, one contractor organization, Wood Group, and from there they interviewed 11 kids with the thought in mind that, hey, maybe we'll take on one or two kids. And after interviewing them, they came back to us and they said, hey, these kids are really good. Like, they're really qualified. It surprised them. And that was when we knew we had something special then, that they said, okay, we're not just going to hire one or two, we're going to hire all 11. And that's really where the dream of signing day began, because what we realized is that we all have the same goal and concept in mind. We want to recruit these kids and have them become skilled into these jobs. And it's wanted around the whole workforce pipeline, but we were just all speaking different languages. And so that's where signing day came and evolved. Aaron, do you want to?
Yeah, so and since then, even including the 2 years when we were down with COVID, we were able to help kids find jobs. And so our mission is very simple. We want to take the career and technical education programs that are in all of our local high schools in Brazoria and Matagorda County. We want them to then go to work. We want them to learn something in CT. They will then go to work. We will pair them up with organizations. And so we take the students' wants and the industry's needs, and we pair them up, and then we accomplish a lot of different interviews. And then just like a athlete, like Jesse described, they are able then to make a decision on where they want to actually go to work, and then companies will actually have to go, well, we need to hire another student and fill that particular void. And since then, even through the COVID years when we were a little bit down, we were able to help find jobs. We've been able to help almost 400 students gain entry and access into our local petrochemical and construction industry. And so we call that generational changers. And we've been able to beef up our workforce in the meantime. So
I think it's a cultural changer. I mean, this program needs to be laser focused on around the country and modeled after. I mean, you guys put together something truly unique that I did not know existed. I wish we were focused like you guys were in all of our communities in Oklahoma. I mean, I saw how many companies are involved in this now.
Yeah, so, sorry. We actually started with one company, like we said, and it's evolved to anywhere between 35 to 40 companies every year that will participate in these interview processes. And like we said, we had 2 school districts. I think we're up to 20 school districts now, maybe?
That's correct.
From the Brazoria, Matagorda, and Wharton counties.
How many students have been hired because of what you guys got done?
The exact number is 380, but we like to say, which is near 400. It's probably really even more than that, because even the students that don't get into the signing day event, we hold on to their information. When work picks up, we disperse that. We help them network. We help them find jobs. And so signing day and the mission of helping out career and technical education students, and then beefing up industry and finding good quality young folks, it doesn't stop. So it's 365, 52 weeks a year.
And one thing you talked about too is saying how we're laser focused in on what we do here and it could be utilized everywhere around the country. We've actually spoken at different events and things like that. And one thing we stress to other organizations and entities that are wanting to duplicate the model is we say, hey, don't copy exactly what we're doing. Focus in on what your industry needs. Maybe in the Austin metro area, it's more tech-based focused. Maybe, up north, it might be more on the petro side. Whatever it might be, focus in on your area and what your demand is and cater it to that and help students transition into those roles.
I'm extremely impressed. Thank you all for what you do. How can our industry help y'all? What do you see? What are you excited about? Where this could grow? How what could we do there?
I think the biggest thing is be willing to take a chance on these students. And so being willing to come and just interview these kids, that's where it all really starts, is in the interview process. Because even if you don't intend on hiring a student, come sit down and talk to them, learn about who they are, and that gains them interview skills. That gains them the opportunity to learn how to engage and interact, and they gain that experience that they can utilize afterwards. And then maybe you're able to learn a little bit more about their qualifications and then take a chance on them.
One of the things that makes us unique about taking chances and how you can help out, here locally inside the Brazosport Training Center, we do a lot of things differently than most places. We constantly have career and technical education students in the future workforce here, as well as upskilling the current workforce. One of our biggest projects that we're going to do across the road is we're actually going to build a mock plant where every single CTE career signing day student that's involved with the BCPC, they will go through training and they will actually go outside into our mock plant. So that will be known as the Preparing to Perform plant that will be sponsored by Associated Builders and Contractors, Merit Shop Training, and Brazosport Safety Council. So you'll be hard pressed to find a place that actually is beefing up and working towards the future workforce in that particular manner. It doesn't matter if it's CBT training, if it's workforce advocacy, testing, or training. We're able to accomplish that, and we're excited about that, our new plan as well. So.
This all just fits with, I've got friends, Chris Wright, Kyle Hosvite, the energy demand is going to grow very rapidly.
Definitely.
And we're onshoring, our workforce again and our manufacturing and our energy. So, what you guys do is critical to really just energy security around the globe. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much for coming and learning a little bit more about what we do. So thank you.
What website do people need to go to find more about this?
They can go to the BCPC's website. You can find that online. You can also go to ABC Texas Gulf Coast or Brazosport Safety Council's website.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.